Welcome back to episode 2 of the Doing the Most podcast.
I'm Goggy,
I'm Nay.
and we are back in the New Wave Studios filming today, and we are going to go on our last event. Today's topic of convo will be reflecting back on our last event that we just completed a few weeks ago. It was our summer social, and what do you say people are going to get out of this podcast by listening?
So this one, we're actually going to break down our last event so you can kind of see a few things that you should be aware of when event planning. Because we've recently just done one, we thought we'll start on that one, but we will be going a bit back over our last events. Get your notepads out, guys, because we're going to be breaking down a few things that you should be mindful of when event planning.
Some gems.
Cool.
So we obviously had a little break, didn't we? So going back to our break, we decided we need a bit of time off to kind of stop chasing our tail with these events and plan a really good one. Not that the other ones haven't been planned well, but this one we just thought we can actually put a lot more into this
100%.
and deliver a better experience. So I think that last event went pretty well, and we did things differently, and we'll go through some of those bits. So,
well, how do you feel the actual night went? Let's just talk about the night.
I'd say the actual night was high vibes. One thing I keep saying to everyone was every single time I looked at the bar, it was just covered in shots. Like,
my gosh.
Everyone was, really having a good time, as they always do.
Yeah.
But I think this event really showed again, we always call them like RG link-ups. The summer is the social, and this saw a lot of connection and socialising, and, like DJs were going off, but at one point you could see that like loads of people just sat there and engaging in conversation. So it was a really wholesome kind of I really enjoyed it. That was a good event for us, I think.
Yeah, it was such a social space. We had some like amazing people come through, some amazing talent come through on the floor, which really made us remember what the point of these events are for, which is to like elevate the creative scene and bring the community together. So yeah, we think the last one went really well.
Yeah. And what do you think we should have done better? I know we've done some things different, but do you think there was, or go whichever one you think first to talk about, what do you think?
One bit of feedback we got live on the spot from the crowd was our times. Yeah. The event was way too long.
Yeah.
Like, pick day or night. We tried to do day to night, so we actually started it, I think, at 4 p.m. and ended it at 2 a.m.
Yeah, too long.
And people just didn't really know what time to come. So, obviously, standard identity crowd, they'll come later. So, so we really learned, don't do both. If you're going to do a day event, let it end in a day. If we're going to do a night event, then obviously push it back a bit later. But that was one of the biggest learns we got from our crowd.
Yeah, and we always appreciate people giving us that feedback. We ask a lot of people and just say, give us the nitty gritty. What do you think we could have done better? And that was quite apparent. So we've done a successful day tonight before, but that obviously finished at, was it like 11 or 12? So we're always fighting against giving the Jolly Anglers one actually as well was day tonight, wasn't it? We done that as that one. But I think, it's just finding that sweet spot and understanding, if we can get people in the doors early, then we can finish at 12 and have a good time. But if it's going to go on till 2 a.m, we don't need to be opening it at 4 o'clock. We've heard the feedback and thank you. We appreciate it. So, And then in terms of like other things we did differently for this event, which I think really helped as well, kind of gauge the interest, was the tickets.
Ticket release.
Yeah.
So we did a more, is it called stagnant? What's the word?
Yeah,
stagnant ticket release, which we've never done before actually, doing the early bird, the first release and the second release. And that we found, it was so helpful because it allowed us to build a bit of interest and demand straight away to know that people do actually want this event. Also, we only shared it with our mailing list.
Our beloved mailing list, who we adore, that just ever growing. And you guys are the ones that get the benefits out of our events. And we're really thinking of ways of how, you being our true supporters, essentially, like a lot of people are there from day one. What are we doing to, make this better for you guys over other people who then will end up joining the mailing list too?
You need to see who the OGs are, you know, who's securing early, who actually loves your event. Like, that's really important.
And we were so, really humbled, weren't we? We literally sold out both tiers of ticket releases in the space of a weekend. So, thanks again, everyone, for that support. It really does mean a lot. And we'll definitely try to do more of that as well.
100%. Let me look because I'm
Yeah.
not fully in flow.
So we're not professionals. Obviously, we're still finding our feet with this podcast stuff. So don't mind us looking at the laptop every so often.
So then if we go into, say, the event running now, we're going to be talking about like budgeting and costs. So why don't you break down fixed fees versus variable fees?
Yeah, so that's something, again, like a good learn for anyone who's trying to plan their event is when it comes to your budget and your fees and your costs, there will be fixed fees, which you have obviously quite a lot of control over, but there will also be fees that aren't so controllable, and we'll explain why. But for example, a fixed fee might be all the pre-discussions you have with a venue, the DJs, like anyone that is basically involved. You can get fixed fees off certain people, but then obviously some are able to fluctuate. They fluctuate. But yeah, so I'd say with the whole that's our safety zone when we know what we've spent. So we know we need a DJ, we need this, we need that, we need that. Once we've got those fixed costs in, that essentially is our set fixed budget.
Yep.
And then we know how many tickets we need to make to cover that cost. That is like the break even point, what we must sell. And
So
then
important.
anything over that is then kind of where we start saying, this is basically where I start letting Nay have her decorations budget. So when we go over, I'm like, Nay, you got some extra dollar there to go and dress the place up. But that is a nice to have. We know that we are first committed to paying the people that are there, that are putting the efforts in, paying, the venue fees or whatever it is that we've agreed. Those are our musts, isn't it? Yeah.
And why this is so important, guys, is because you actually start spending before you've even sold one physical ticket.
Yep.
So you need to have a budget for that. Even just having funds. At the beginning, we did have more funds. So for stuff like sometimes people need deposits, sometimes you might need to pay people up front. So that type of thing, you need to make sure that you have that money ready. And if we use this event as an example, we go by ticket sales. So for this one, we sold around 120 tickets.
Yeah, I think 125 maybe even.
Ooh, a bit more.
A lot on the door.
But we priced it as if we needed to hit 80.
Yeah.
So that give us the leg room. If we didn't potentially hit full capacity, we have to at least hit 80 to break even. And that's so important. And that's the type of things that you guys need to be really weighing up when you are doing your budgeting. And
have a safety zone.
That will help you with promotions as well, because we did end up spending a bit more money on our promotions, on content creation, but it was like our main source of promotion and something that you can do quickly. Because you need to be mindful, we need to hit those numbers and people can purchase late. So it's like, what are you going to do to ensure that you actually get there?
Yeah, it is.
What other promotion actually do we do? So we did content and then also mailers.
So we've got all of our mailing list, which is a great source of promotion now because people that are genuinely interested in our events, or they've been before, or they've actively signed up to be part of it. So they are the people that, we can push free advertisement through the mailing list. Obviously, we do spend a lot of time doing our private invites. We always want to make sure that our peoples are kind of the first to hear about it, or we want everyone there. Obviously, we always welcome new crowd members, but personal invites always go out to our gang.
We love you.
And then
and that also helps, guys, with algorithms, because best believe, your content doesn't always get to your community. So obviously, like we said before, do your mailing list. But the personal invites are so important.
Yeah, and everyone shares off the back of them. And that, again, thank you, people. It really helps. Like, people take for granted, even all, like, our London friends that share it. They have no idea. They think, there's no point me sharing it. We're not from Reading. But it's, honestly, every single share is really important to us and definitely a big pillar of why it's a success.
Yeah, 100%.
And then obviously our videos that you see me and Nay be creating, Nay get me doing some random shit, boy. That white wine one did go down well, I can't lie. I was like, oh, really? I was like, don't call me white, I'm tan.
But do you know what? Get creative with your content nowadays. Again, especially for event pages. There's so many people, as they say, doing events now. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely enough space for everybody. But you need to show how you are different. And I think showing your personalities is how people will kind of see what type of event they want to go to. It makes it a bit more authentic to you as well. So I feel like showcasing mine and Goggy's silly personalities online.
That's how it all started as well, with doing the most. Like, we literally started this off like doing spicy wings challenges and all that silly stuff. And that's the videos that get the most engagement, isn't it? Like, it's just us playing up and being our usual silly selves. So
100%.
yeah, we like all that for sure. That's the fun part of promotion. And gets good view. You've been doing so well on TikTok as well. Come on, like.
Oh yeah, we went on
bring that
TikTok this
up.
time as well.
Yeah.
And I literally was asking the crowd, and some of the people were like, we literally come to you through TikTok,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
Oh, so good.
Spread your exposure, guys. Like, not just Instagram. Like, you can go on TikTok. We've not done LinkedIn yet, but one day we will get on that. But you never know who will come through. So you just have to obviously think, where do your ideal crowd shop? And just remember, Instagram and TikTok is actually bigger than Instagram. So you need to really get on it. So moving into the ticket price then. Why would you say that we're a bit more higher ticket price than a lot of the local events?
So I say this is important for us to get like this kind of message across as well, because a lot of people might I would even look at a £20-25 ticket price and think, what am I getting back for that? So we don't just whack up a substantial ticket price and give you nothing, essentially. Like, we were really focused on ensuring, like the last event, for instance, we had 4 DJs. There's a live music element always going off in our events. There's a content person. We had a host for you as well. So I think, like, all these things, I hope people kind of like gather that the ticket price is relative for what experience we're putting on. So hopefully it does feel like we bring value. Like, sometimes we have a full band like playing at the events, and I think everyone gets paid before us. That has been our promise. For the moment we started this event, we heard a lot of artists saying they don't get paid for events, or not even their travel is covered, whereas we pay everyone. Like, everyone gets paid before us. So that is how we kind of justify the ticket price as well, because the money is essentially not going to me and Naomi. No. I know people probably think it is, guys. But it's not. Like, other people are getting paid way more and way before we do.
Yeah,
so,
we're just hoping and praying to break even.
Yeah, because again, going back to that, all of this money that goes into it, maybe it might be a bit shameful to say at this point, because we are 12 events in, but it's our savings. It's literally just our hard-earned cash that goes into that first budget. Whatever we're committing to, if the event doesn't sell, that comes out of our pockets, and we're, no one still, again, doesn't get paid. We're paying for that. So that's where I feel like it'd be really good to communicate, and just hope that people kind of get it.
100%.
And why is it also £25 on the door? Because sometimes people are a bit like, what? Like, I get it as well. I completely agree, but do you want me to continue?
That is, go for it.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm like, la. But essentially, the tickets online are, we try and do them between £15 to £20. But obviously, the booking agent, so Shubs, who we use, their platform has a 10% booking fee. So if you've bought a £20 ticket online, they've put a booking fee on top. That's already come to £22. So people on the door are paying £25 because they can't have an advantage over the people who have gone online and bought that ticket early and secured 100%. Their ticket. Like, we actually appreciate the people that come and buy online a lot. So yeah, that's kind of why the ticket price is how it is. And
save your pennies, guys. You can buy an extra shot.
Yeah,
if you
they got one free on the door
online,
this time.
And you got the shots on arrival. That definitely set the tone for all the crazy shots flying around.
I think I've done 10.
Honestly, so many people is just
Thank you to everyone that bought them.
Yeah,
God, I don't think I bought. Yeah,
that's
anyway.
where we make our money back in the drinks that we get bought on the night.
It was good though. It was high vibes. I don't know how we were standing.
And also, if you do make any money, all of the money will also go back into the event. So, like we were saying before, have money from the beginning. If we do make profit from events, then we will obviously use stuff like that for deposits. If we want to buy more merch, like we want to buy more t-shirts or whatever, we will use any profit that we make from the event. And we did make profit this time. So.
Woo! Again, people probably think we make racks off these events. We don't. We're going to be very raw and honest on this podcast. Yeah. We're going to take you through each event on the following podcasts and kind of tell you the ups and downs and the reels, the raws. Like, we lost big on one, so it was like definitely going to have laughs telling you about that one. But
and you have to make it up later. But anyone knows that we do this as a passion project. So we both have our own jobs aside from this. So anyone knows, like, a passion project will eat into your finances and your time. So it's stuff that you really do need to be mindful of when you are doing these events, and you're trying to stay consistent with them as well, because it is like, how much time, even for social media this time, I actually treated doing the most as a client. So I could then actually be mindful of how much time I'm actually putting into social media, because I haven't got unlimited time.
And it's going to make for a great case study for all your actual social media work that you do in your day to day.
100%.
Like, it really does. This
is a great one, because we built a lot of this through online. Well, just to get people through the door, and then obviously our network.
Yeah.
So then moving on to, so how do we manage the stress of ticket sales? So if you had to give
We
someone
don't.
advice, yeah, literally,
We don't.
we're
We get frantic
anxious
sometimes.
and stressed. But
Yeah.
maybe talk about that. Like, what is the actual feeling about like when we're actually selling these tickets?
What, do I really need to go into the actual descriptives? Because yeah,
Just for
it's
people to be mindful of.
yeah. I think set your expectations low. Again, we've got our 80%, 80%. Sorry, 80 ticket thing that we need to get to. We're not thinking, damn, we got to get 200 tickets because it's unrealistic. So we've kind of mitigated a bit of stress there by setting a real, what we think is realistic level of 80. But no, ticket sales take us through a roller coaster of emotions. I say, like, there's bits where it's like, bam, when all of the tickets, the first release, second release ones, when they all went, we were on a high and we're like,
Gassed.
yay!
We're so gassed.
Like, people want the event, people want the event. We know people want the event, but it's just nice to have that confirmation that people are still game and supporting and whatnot. But then, obviously, there's always a quiet period. Again, depends on what time of the month it is. People are saying, I'm waiting until payday. People are saying, I'm waiting until an hour before the event starts.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I roll.
Yeah, so I'd say it's a roller coaster of emotions. It's not sturdy. It can really, like, we don't really truthfully know what's going to happen sometimes until the day of the event.
Literally.
A lot of door sales went through this time, and I think again that was a little bit of a saving grace, because had it not, we wouldn't have really, we would have broke even had we not had those door sales. Another learn from the door sales is get a damn card reader, because I was doing transactions on that dance floor.
Yeah, honestly, people were
Sorry,
giving a
guys,
bit of cash.
we're trying to get more and
transferring
more
into your
professional,
account.
yeah, each time. But again, another learn.
Yeah,
but
every day, damn learn.
Yeah, so yeah, the ticket sales can really just go from one to another. Again, when there's a lot of hype, again, people sharing the posters, people telling their friends, that's kind of the success of it all as well. But I'd say, yeah, we probably, I don't know if this is like a thing to say, we probably make it look quite easy, and it's not.
Yeah, that's why we want to be so real and
real.
raw on here, because obviously social media, you're only going to show a small part. We obviously want people to come to the event. But yeah, it is. I think one thing you have to bear in mind is on the day is you just have to, whatever happens, happens. Like on the day, you just have to agree, regardless if you hit your ticket sales or not. You just need to be grateful at the people that actually just come through, and actually
100%.
just have a good time.
We are so grateful, and people come correct. Again, always going back to people come on good vibes. There ain't never no hostility, animosity, any of them teas in our event. We then like literally have a link up space where everyone is. Even when like the hosts have come before and they're like, oh, the crowd is actually so sick. We're like, yes, we know our crowd is 30. Like I don't know, we're just grateful for that massively. Like people really do, and they come fresh. And last time I was saying, get sexy, get dressed. Like everyone comes looking so good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we had to tell people because at the beginning they were all coming in tracksuits.
Yeah.
So
and that's fine. Certain events
now.
can be a bit more tracksuity, but when we do put on a bit more of a showy one, we want people to turn up looking fresh. And
we always want you to come as yourself, but turn up looking fresh.
Yeah.
But just that's the thing. On the day, like whatever happens, happens. You just need to make sure that you've really gone in on that promotion. Like posting your poster once and keep reposting the same poster ain't gonna cut it, guys. You need to keep creating content that brings in new audiences, new eyes to help get people through the door. And just switch up. Like you might not have sold them on the poster, but you might sell them on something else. Like, so it's really important to just stay on your promotion, because if you know you've been hot on your promotion, what else can you do? You're going to be so much more disappointed if you didn't go in on your promotion
1,000%.
and no one turned up.
How many times have we sat there after an event and just said we did our best?
Yeah.
And that's that. Even when they don't go
100%.
to plan, we don't hate ourselves afterwards, because there's still that element of pride. We tried. Why was it? Again, me and they do so much reflecting. Like the amount of times we just sat in the HQ and just debriefed on everything, and we're never going to get it perfect, and we're not aiming for anything about what we're doing to be perfect. We just want it to be a good vibe. It just needs to be successful enough, really.
And the perfect one is a good one. Pattern people to help you, because when you're doing it all on your own on the night of the event, you spot every minor little detail that's gone wrong. This time, honestly, it couldn't have told you. We were we had obviously our host, our lineup pattern, like we want our lineup to run the event for the night. Like me and Gogs are there to interact with the crowd and have a good night. So that really helps with stuff like that, because otherwise you're like, that hasn't gone right. your crowd ain't even noticing half of the
And
things.
props to you, Nate, because you fully, before the event, like, we'll put together a WhatsApp group. She's making sure the DJs are communicating with each other. That might not be the instance with all events. They might just want to turn up, plug and play. But again, it's a collaborative platform.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone that's worked with us to date has understood that. Everyone
Yeah.
that's come has come correct. They're willing to share decks and bring
Help each
them, or
other.
whatever it is. Like, we've had people like pull up speakers last minute and like all this stuff. Yeah, I just think actually it's a collaboration. That's why it works well. So that's always pretty big.
Indeed. So what have we got coming up next?
Okay, so we are in the middle of securing a new venue for a Christmas event. So you normally do an October
Yes.
event, but again, we want to put a lot into this, make sure it is like fine tuned and just a really not rush. We're not chasing our tail. We're making a good event. We are definitely in some good talks at the moment with venues. It's sounding positive. We haven't got any dates set just yet to tell you, but when that save the dates out, you'll be first to know. We'll make sure we tell you.
And also it means a new lineup. So DJs, hosts, content creation, like anyone, if you feel that you can elevate the identity platform, like reach out because we are on the hunt. We're going to be in some of your lot's DMs, getting some pricing. So feel free to just fire stuff over to us. Because we will start, updating our spreadsheets. But no, we are very excited for our Christmas event.
Absolutely. I love a festive event. People
the
just,
festive
again,
period
come so
is so fun.
Looking back on our previous Christmas ones, it just makes you smile. Yeah, they were good. So
100%.
We're looking forward to bringing that one to you. So stay tuned. And if you do want to like connect with us, like our Instagram is _doing the most _ doesn't have a G, it's just DOIN. So find us on Instagram, message us, or we have an email account, which is doing the most with a triple T @gmail.com. So please do contact us. We really love when people come to us. We do our best to accommodate, and we're just ready to put on another sick event, and we need you people to be able to do that. So reach out to us, content people. What did you say? DJs, everyone,
hosts.
videographers.
We need the whole
hosts.
thing. We don't have anything yet.
We're starting.
And this is our favourite part. We love building an experience.
Yes, we do.
So that is all from us today.
Wrapping it up, cool.
Indeed. Anything else that you want to add?
Nope, that's all good for me. I feel like we've covered quite a lot. Again, with next episodes, we'll be talking more about. We'll look at event 1, 2, 3, and just give you the nitty gritty and the ins and outs of everything.
Because there's honestly a learn from every single event.
Yes.
Like you will be surprised how much we learn.
We've got hours worth of talking to you all up here.
So stay locked in. If you're someone that's looking to get into events, we're going to continue to drop gems and share experiences. So stay locked in.
Follow, like, subscribe.
Peace.
All right, bye.